Testing, testing. Good morning, good morning. Good afternoon to all of those in the UK and Europe. And we're back. What's up, Jam? Hey, Raj. Zeth, how you doing? And we're back on YouTube. And boy, the market looks like it had a power nap over the weekend. Jeez. Holy moly. Yeah, sorry about that, folks. We had some technical issues after I moved. And took a while to get a tech out here. It's a little different over here in the UK with tech support. So let's dive right into this. Here we are. Um, Overnight inventory is long. Hey, Etienne, salut, ça va? And we have a gap. So we've got a gap here. And if we open up here, it's going to be a monster gap. It's going to be that big. This is something else. We went from the bottom of a range to the top of a range in one overnight session. Now that's obviously this market, you're used to the big ranges. So inventory is 100% long, which means every single trade is above Friday's close. So what we call this is gap long. So we've got a gap wherever we open an RTH to the bottom to Friday's high, that will be the gap. Now, you've heard, it's funny, there's an older trader, his name is Peter Brandt, and he showed a gap from 2012 that still hasn't filled. So don't just short gaps thinking that they're going to fill. So what we're looking for now, I'm looking to see if we get above 58.60. That's 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 the big level on the upside for me. Hey, Ronan. Now, under normal circumstances, right? Right? The normal trade, and I'm just please use normal with air quotes, right? Okay? The normal trade is a look above and fail of 58.60. So you'd be shorting under 60, putting your stop 61, 62. If you're a big spender, you use 65, which is the high of the overnight. And then you're targeting 58.41 to the downside, then 58.25. Okay? If the market gets back above 60, please be careful. Okay? Does that make sense? For you larger traders, right? If you're trading this out, and if you are short, this could be the back end of the move. Right? This could be the back end of the move. So let's see how it reacts when it gets down to 41. Right? And I think what the gentleman was talking about with the gaps is not all gaps fill. Right? And what it is if you were shorting this gap, saying it's going to fill, well, you're shorting at 57.20, adding at 61. I mean, let's assume you've got the dough. Now you're out. You've blown up your whole account. So don't just blindly short a gap. And I think that was, I think sometimes when older traders talk, they try and use common sense, but people want it spelled out, right? So don't just blindly short a gap, right? Yeah, no problem, Travis. So as the market comes in, be looking for these lower stops, and we'll go take a look and see where those stops are. Make the chart a little bigger. I'll be toggling back and forth, so you have to get used to that, Trev. And 58.25 is a big level for us. And if you want to mark this out, this is the top of those single prints. It's right at 58.10 to this area here. Hey, Zazu, what's up? This is another area where the shorts got trapped. Right? They got trapped here. So when you get down to this area, we don't know what kind of buying is going to be here. So just be aware of that. Okay? So let's go take a look at our closer picture here. Make this a little bigger. Show where we are. There's that 58.60. Okay? And 3/4. It's right here. Okay? That's a big level for us. We have stops above that. Point of control moved up. Now, if you're short, it took the 45 stop. The next level is 58.40. And there's a stop down here at 38. So that's your next target if you are indeed short. If we came in and just looked at a 1-minute chart and I showed you, here's the overnight session. If I hit all the drawings, you can see that. Look at this inventory, and this is distribution. Now this is much bigger, right? This there's a lot more volume down here. So what's being distributed up here is also, remember there's volume from last week, right? Swing longs, they're distributing. So let's go take a look at some levels and see. So we can manage our expectations. Okay? These are the levels I did early morning, around 2 o'clock in the morning, New York time. And then when London opened, they put out that news, so I redid the levels. When I redid the levels, I've got 58.15 to 58.28 and a half. And I did that as a balance. And I used this back here, this area back here. And it seems to be working fairly decently. Remember, when you have a big macro change like we have today, and it's a Monday, you might have a little bit of weekend brain. So just kind of take it easy. Don't get too crazy with your risk. Okay? Try and ease into the market. Where's my VWAP? So VWAP is now all the way up here at 58.20. Just clean up this chart a little bit. Yes, I'll make the chart to fill the screen. It's funny, all right. You guys in the room, Steve goes, put the banner on. I put the banner on. You guys are, make the chart bigger. I make the chart bigger. Steve goes, put the banner on. Oh, man. I should just have it do it automatically. Watch. Now I'm going to hear from Steve. Hey, JJ, put the banner on. All right, so now you know the levels. We found some bids down at 58.41. Overnight point of controls here. Let's see how this thing opens up. Looks like we have a rotation going right here. Hey, you know what, Truth? If you could help with that stuff, it would be great. That would be great. Okay. All right. So we've got a big rotation going here. I know. I'm half blind too. I know. I'll toggle back and forth. Just somebody remind me, okay? Just remind me. Hey, what's up, Sadiq? How you doing? Let's get my tag for the open, because the last open was down here. Oh, my goodness. So we're going to open on a fairly serious gap up. There is a change in the macro, right? Remember to just relax. Hey, Jaden, no problem. No problem. How you doing? If I make the charts bigger, then you'll actually be able to see the price action. I can flip back. So, how are you going to trade this open? Inventory is long, right? We've already corrected inventory down to 41. when it opens, what I'm looking for is I want to see where they're going to sell into the market. I'm thinking around 52. Now, I have no idea, so I'm going to put my sticker there, and I'm going to see if they sell into it at 52. Right? Remember, you don't have to trade the open. Okay? Especially new traders, right? Those of you who are in those Red Bull trading rooms, right? Remember, you don't have to trade the open. Okay? Duly noted, Michael. Okay? When the market opens, I'll make it full screen. How about that? Okay? What I'm doing right now is I'm looking for a seller at 52. Oh, wow. Guess what? They front ran 62. I mean, 52 half. Right? Yeah, there's no need to run around like a chicken with its head cut off on the open. Let the market open, let the market find its bid. And when we do that, we will quickly be able to do some business. Right? Oof. Man, I can't believe it's hot here in the UK. I'm going to have to buy an air conditioner. Unbelievable. Okay, so we've got sellers here right now at 51 and change. Okay? We got 12 minutes till the open. Everything's up all over the place. You want to run through some stocks before the open? Apple 211, right? If we stay over 209, that's good for Apple. Amazon 209. It's cleaned up. It's nicely over this 195 level. What else we got? Yeah, gold 298. Google 157. It's just going back and forth. Meta 628. Meta trades like a beautiful penny stock. It's so thinly traded. Look at the daily volume. It's so light in Meta. Micro squish back up over 433. Nicely, you'll be looking for selling at around 455, that area. MSTR, this crazy thing's back over 419. If it can stay over 419, most of the cost basis is below us, so careful on the short side. Good old Nvidia, 122.70. I'm looking for resistance. The high today so far is 123.06. Let's see if it can stay over. And Palantir back up to the 120s. I don't know if you guys, triple Qs are up to 507 area. And Tesla. Tesla, I'm looking for sellers at 328, but everything's up nicely, you know? Everything's up nicely. Upper stops are at 58, 54 and a quarter. Right? If we get over 52, that's this area right here. Remember, folks, it's Monday. There's no need to jump around too much. Let the market open. You know, and if you feel like trading and you really don't know what's going on, you know, do use the sim to take test trades. Can we creep above? Can we get above 52? See, as soon as we creep above it, as soon as they creep above 52, they sell into it, right? Hey, Chuck Norris, what's going on? Yeah, let's see what happens. I am listening. Oh, hey, Rudy, what's up? You know, if you guys are using two or three different names and you're in the room, just use Discord. I'm good. I'm good. Oh, great, Mark. DM me when you get in the room. Look forward to working with you. Welcome. Hey, it's good to be back. It was strange not having internet for a whole week. I tell you. Let's see. Can we creep above that 52 again? So before we start, I'm just going to throw this up and do a little advertising, if you don't mind. Right? So we changed the name from Microefutures to the Trading Syndicate. And what we've done is we've tried to build, I think we've done a decent job of building a community where people can learn how to make a living. And not only learn how to make a living, but for those of you who are interested in becoming prop traders and things like that, we have a path for that as well. Um, you know, it's pretty much like $1 a day now that we're charging. Come check us out. we're working with Top Step and Take Profit and Apex. We'd really like to have you. And we also do one-on-one coaching as well. So if you're interested in that, let me know. And that's it for my advertising for this morning. Back to charts. Like Tom Hanks like on a deserted island with no internet. You know what I was doing? I did Zooms for the room, but I didn't have enough bandwidth to do a YouTube stream. So I was like on an old laptop riding on the Wi-Fi from my next door neighbor. It was brutal. Hey, way to go, Christian. Nice work. Well done. You got your button. Oh, that's good, Jaden. That's good. I think you should get in the habit of making your own levels, Michael. Definitely. Right? You have to build confidence in your own judgment. Right? Definitely. And what you do is you just practice drawing them out and watch to see if they work. Right? That's what I did for months and months and months. And you'll start appreciating little subtleties like this. Right? You can see that the sellers, look, they let it breathe, right? So they saw a buyer. So when you see it pounding up against the level, and then you see the offers start to lift, you don't want to be short that, right? Right? But definitely draw your own levels out, Michael. I encourage you to do that, and then just watch and see if they work. And you definitely want. It's very hard to trade somebody else's setup, to trade somebody else's risk. So you really want to develop that. When I first started trading, one guy said, "Oh, you got to do this," and I try that, and then another guy said, "Oh, you got to do this," and nothing worked for me until I actually kind of buckled down and did it myself. It took a while. Hey, Mark, welcome. All right, let's open this circus and see what's shaking. Yeah, essentially all trades are a look above and fail, a look below and fail, right? Either the trade is based on too much supply or not enough supply. When you get down right down to it. Okay. If it's really jumpy, just let it settle in. Oh, it's good to have you with us, Jaden. The sellers are back at 52. All right, here we go. If you're short, you need a break of 47, right? If you're short in that 50 area, I'll take them back at 45. Oh, hey, if you want to give them to me at 43, I'll take them back at 43. I'll just keep sliding my stop down. There we go. And that short was just off the fact of inventory so long. You're going to get a little bit of selling, right? I was just shorting 50 against the sellers at 52. Now, put the Dom away and be good. Let's see if we can take out that set of candles here at 37. If we take that out, next stop will be 34. Right, shorting off the open because overnight inventory is long, and we're correcting it lower. Now let's go find the bid. Now it's going to drop in, looking for 28 and change here, 28 and a half. It's that P low, and it's this level here. Some aggressive selling. Now remember, we have single prints all the way down here at 58.13. So don't be surprised if we come down into the 58.13 area, which will be if we get underneath 28 and a half. Here we go. Tagged it pretty much to the tick. Now let's see what kind of short covering comes in. Can we depend on it? If you are taking longs off of that 28.29, use the levels. If it can't offer back up against, right, if you're long, say 30, and it can't offer over 36, you know what to do, right? Right. This is a little counter inventory trade, and what you're looking for is where the sellers step in. And there they are, right? Didn't we say 36? Right? We said 36. And once you start watching one market and really watching it, you will actually be able to tell or anticipate where sellers are going to step in. Right? And that just helps you keep your awareness. Right? So if you were long 30, 30 to 34 is not a bad trade. 30 to 35 is not a bad trade. Right? But if you're expecting 40, well, it's coming back on you. Right? Because inventory is still long. And we have a gap. Now let's see. I'm expecting 28 and a half to break. And if it does, I've got 58.25 and a quarter as one of my next levels. That's off my longer term chart. Right, this is normal. This is normal inventory correction. Hey, Doc, what's going on? Long time. How are you? There's 25 quarter. Little front run before 25 quarter. I wouldn't buy that. What I really want to see is what kind of bids come in at 14, 13, 14. See where the shorts are really trapped. See if we could stay in that distribution. Right? There's two distributions, right? Tonight in the overnight. Nice move off 58.25 and a quarter up to 31. I'd be looking for sellers up here around 33. Now, when a market goes right to one of my levels to the tick, I tend to not really trust it. Let's see if it breaks here. Slightly. There we go. No. I'm just watching the order flow at that level. Right? If the sellers see buyers, they're going to raise price. Think of 25 and a quarter like a glass door. Right? And they're looking through that glass door. And if they see that there are buyers lining up, they'll raise price. If they see the buyers are walking away, they'll open the door and go down and fill them. What's up, Aubrey? How you doing? What I really want to do is test that first distribution, the upper distribution, right? And that upper distribution starts at 58.13. If you're short, we really want a break of 25. Good. We've got sellers at 27, 28. Just watching this 25. I am short biased, but I got to watch this level and see what it does. So it confirms my bias or it tells me that I'm wrong. And as Aubrey just said, I would like a rotation. I like rotational markets. They're a lot easier to trade. You have a top, you have a bottom, and you bang around between them. Point of control moved down to 26, right? This is all short covering this buying. If those shorts see some size on the bid, they'll drop down to 19. So far, the sellers are playing hard to get. Right? As soon as it gets down to 25, they lift the offer. See? We offer up over 30. Let's see if we can. So when a market's trying to work out a low, right, I just will let it. Is it 23 now? Yeah, there it is. Thank you. So front running VWAP. And we're creeping back. Can we clear out those sellers at 29? Not just yet. Let's go. Come on. Nope, not yet. We got sellers just at 29. Oh, we cleaned them out. Next level, you're looking for about 31 and a half. If we can stay over 28 and a half, you're looking for 31 and a half. If you're doing the look below and fail, I'd wait for another candle if you could, because there is some selling pressure here. See, there it is. It's a little jerky in the price action department. Let's see. Can we open the next candle over 28 and a half? That's what I'm looking for. And that's why I have these counters on here. It helps me kind of cool my jets a little bit. Is he speaking at 9? Again? Oy, okay. Thanks, Dan. Much appreciated. That's why everybody just sold. Yeah. I don't think I want to be long when he's talking. I don't want to be short when he's talking either. All right. Underneath the we're coming down. We're gonna test. We're gonna test these lower. This distribution right here. Come on down. The price is right. It's at 942. Okay, thank you. I'm very happy to trade small and trade less when you have these big macro events. Let the large traders lay out some order flow. I always find that a way less stressful way to make money. See, now we're in the middle of this big blue balance zone, back and forth over VWAP. That's definitely a game I'll let wholesalers play, because the order flow around VWAP is very unpredictable. So that's why I never execute at VWAP. If I was short, I would like to cover before VWAP. If I was long and VWAP's above us, I like to sell as we get to VWAP, but I don't want to open a trade at VWAP. See how it's just kind of bouncing around? There's no there's no business reason to take a trade there. Can retail traders trade a 10-second chart? Uh, I don't know. I've ever actually wouldn't. I don't know. Guess it depends on how fast a trader you are, J Trader. Thanks, all right. Well, we found some bids. Quickly ran out of supply there for just a minute. Nope. It's not ready yet. Gosh. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm just watching that 58.25, and I think if we can't get back above that, I think we're going to get some rotation lower again. JJ, if you have a bias from 1 to 5, can you get down to the 10s for better XK? Oh, sorry, you're not talking to me. Okay. Oh, thanks, Ez. See, they're front running this stop here. If you're short and it gets above VWAP and stays above VWAP, that's like a warning sign, eh? Just remember that. And of course, if you have your TV up and going when a president starts speaking about macro stuff, that's my go get a coffee. Let's go get a coffee. Just relax. Monday morning stuff. There's sellers at 26 if you're interested. If you are long, just remember that as you come up to that developing point of control. Clean out the 26s, that's nice. If I was long, I would front run 28 and a half. There you go. There you go. You know, if you are scalping, you really want to sell into strength. You know, I have no idea. I am listening about when the president is talking. That would be nice to know. But for now, we've got this little, right, cleaning out VWAP. If we get over 28, look for 34. Okay? If we clear out the 28s, there'll be sellers here, but your first target will be up here at 34. Oh, he's approaching the podium. Thanks, Mooch. Okay. That means I put the Dom away. And it's, it's almost 3 o'clock. Is it too early for a cocktail? Just kidding, just kidding. Ugh. Hey Raj, when do those traders on the LME, when do they start drinking? The London metals guys? Oh. I don't know. Oh, there he is. It's 8 a.m. Okay. If you're looking for a look below and fail of 58, 28 and a half, you definitely want at least one candle to close above it. Yeah, exactly, Doc. You're looking for 6. I was looking for 13. We couldn't even get past 19. So here we go. We're looking for 34 on the upside, 33, 34. There's 32 and a half, 32 and 3/4, 33. You got a 33 print. There you go. Right. Sell into that. Your next seller will be up here. So that's the look below and fail of 28 and a half. Right. Very simple trade. Not easy to do, but it's choppy, right? I'll admit that any day. There's the look below. There's the fail. So you go long, you put your stop here, and then you sell into these levels because you always want to sell into strength. Yeah, keep it simple. The charts are working well this morning. You guys are all quiet. Here we go. Over 36 targets 40 right here. Right. And this is that counter inventory. Inventory corrects lower. The sell orders are complete. The market rotates back up looking for sellers at higher prices. That's the trade we like to take. Because if you miss the short, you can always grab the responsive long. So those of you who are long 29, 30, 31, you sell into that 35, 36 buying. It's nice. Bag yourself 3 to 5 points, 2 to 3 contracts. Pay your bills, right? It's, that's what it's all about. Just making sure you pay your bills. Right? We don't trade for glamour, we trade for income. It's okay, Jaden. Monday mornings, always remember when you're trading like Globex Monday morning, maybe just take it a little slow, right? Everyone gets a little weekend brain. Your brain needs to kind of warm up a bit. So when you kind of go balls to the wall right on a Monday night or a Sunday night, things can get away from you, especially when you have a big macro event like we had, right? And this is why we like to sell into strength, right? So if you were long at 30, 31, and you didn't sell into this move, what's the point, right? Oh, good stuff. Amsterdam, nice. And we're right back down to VWAP. I like Amsterdam. Once you get used to all the bicycles, it's great. Just gotta watch out that you don't get hit by a bicycle. Uh, and back to VWAP. So at least we know where the sellers are right now, folks. We know where the sellers are, and where do they stop selling? VWAP, right? Unless they're desperate. If they're desperate, they'll sell under 22, and they'll take out that A low, and we'll target 15. Okay. Remember, they don't. If they don't have to sell it under a level, they'll raise price. Always remember that. That's why we're futzing around here at 23. Once we wear out those 23 buyers, let's see if we can come down to the 20s, the low 20s. There we go. Come on. Come on. Not just yet. All right, next period opens up. Let's see what happens. So far, folks, we haven't taken out this 13 level where that. See, if I went like this, there's a distribution here and a distribution here. So far, we haven't been able to break the upper distribution. And that's what I'm waiting for now. So my question is, do we just go back and forth like this? Or do we break and come down and try and get into that distribution? I don't know what those are. I don't know what an ITC concept is. No clue. Sorry, J Trader. Can't answer that question. For me, a gap is when you open a market outside the previous day's range. It's pretty simple, right? When you open a market outside the previous day's range, there's obviously a material change in business. It's not business as usual, so it's easy to figure that out. I like to keep life pretty simple. That's just me. Yeah, I don't know what all that stuff is. Right? I mean, I've been in the business 33 years, and I created charts for a living to get you guys to come in and buy stuff. So it's just accumulation and distribution. You start making stuff a little too complicated. Hey, you sound smart, but can people actually make a buck? All I care about is you guys know where to put your buy, where to put your stop, where to get out of the trade. We're looking for another look below and fail of 28.5. Wait till the next candle opens. I have no idea, Howard. I like a simple life. Simple life is best for me. Okay? So if we've run out of supply under 28, you buy a little, you go a little long. Right? Let's see. Wait till the next candle opens. If you can't get back over 28, 29, there's no reason to go long. And that's simple. Right? Let's see if we can creep back above it now. Nope. Looks like we've got a little bit of a rotation going here. If I were to draw a little box. Whoops, sorry. Just take it easy. Watch the rotation. Remember, everybody's long from up top. There's selling. It's being captured here. Right? Now, first thing is short sellers come in, wholesalers build a position, then retail. Now, enough people short down here. We might get a nice move up. Let's see. I shouldn't laugh. Now, see, there's a seller. Look at that. the tops of those candles, there's a seller right there. So we need to clean out that seller before this thing can pop, right? Now, if you're doing the look below and fail of 28.5 again, right? That's your candle that needs to get taken out. So say you're long 29, 29 and a quarter, right? Sell into strength, right? Make sure you sell into strength because there's no point owning something if you don't want to sell it, right? Remember, you're not investors, right? So you buy it here, put your stop under the candle, sell some, and then you know there's going to be sellers because it's a rotation. So if you understand that there's going to be a rotation, then you can actually get out of your inventory, right? Because what are you rotating? You're rotating inventory, right? When we talk about rotations, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the rotation of inventory, right? Just like a used car lot. There's no difference. Except here, instead of F-150s, these are ES contracts. Is he still talking? Okay, thanks. Right. Now, newer traders who are not used to rotation, aren't used to the terms I'm using, don't worry, right? If it's too choppy for you and you don't get a direction from it, just relax. Okay, so if you're long from the look below and fail, remember, folks, this chop, you really want to make sure that you pay yourself. So you know that there's a seller here, you know there's a seller here. So if you're long here, as you get up to that area where the sellers are, sell alongside. If the morning session, if the morning session can't take us underneath 58.13, if the morning session can't get us under 58.13, look for rotation up until we get up to this 40 level. And maybe another rotation up here. Relentless, eh, at 31? It's the buyer at 24, Jaden. They're the same cat who's selling 31 is the one who steps to the bid at 24. Right? And that's rotation. That's okay. Now, the thing is, this this will set up some nice trades for our week, right? So if you feel like you've been ripped off, that you missed the big move and everything, it was at 3 o'clock in the morning, New York time. There's no way you could have caught it. So just relax and know that there'll be a lot of good trades this week. Hopefully things settle down a bit. Oh, that seller at 31. How much of a factor does time play in my trading? Well, I'm a scalper, AJ, so I like to get in and out quickly because I do a lot of other stuff other than trading. So, do you mean how long do I hold a trade? How long do I wait for a trade? Um, if I can be done, like if I can take 2 or 3 trades and be done for the day, I like that. I like that. Then I can go do some teaching, go work on my deals, go work on my liquidity engine, right? Time of the day? Oh, I like trading at night because I'm located in the UK right now. So I love trading during the Globex session. It's a little slower, it's a little calmer, and that's just for me. I'm up at about 5 in the morning here in the UK, and usually by the time I'm done with you guys, I'm done trading for the day. Because right now it's about 3:15 in the afternoon, and I find later in the afternoon my brain gets a little, how shall I say, soggy. Right? I start getting tired, right? And I'm getting a little long in the tooth age-wise too, right? I'm on the ugly side of 55. So usually I like to get my trades done early in the morning and just be done with it. I like Globex. I love trading Globex. I'm becoming like the old president. Just give me my ice cream and a blanket. I'm good. It's not a bad life, right? Looking for 36 where those sellers were. If you're a newer trader, I highly recommend that you trade Globex or the night session. The agenda is very, very plain and very simple. You have less players, so the price action's nice and, slow. It's a little bit more not predictable, reliable, right? Um, and then another time that I really like to trade, I haven't done it lately, is 2 p.m. New York time, which is 7 p.m. UK time. We get an afternoon pullback or an inventory correction in what we call J period. That's a nice trade too. But I haven't taken that in a while, truth be told. So the inventory now is below us, right? We took this, right, and we transferred it and we picked it up here. Now we're going to take it back up and sell it here. 2 p.m. London time. Yep. See if we can take out the 39s. How is the transition to coming to the UK? Oh, trading's much better for me since I'm here. The hours are much better. For me anyway. I never was a big guy to trade the close. Oh yeah, hey Al. Okay, back to 40. Now what do we do? Put it back on sale under 36? What am I doing in England? Isn't it a mess? No, it's great. I met my girlfriend. She lives here. There's 36. Now, how did I know that was going to happen? Right? Well, because if I was long under 34 and I ran out of buyers at 40, I'd sell it down to 36. Right? I love England. England's a great country. The people are friendly. They're having a beautiful summer. I'm up in Liverpool. I love Liverpool. Great people. Right? If you don't get into the whole soccer thing, then you don't get into any arguments. Yeah, there's a lot of people who say my levels are close to the fibs. I've never been a fib trader, so I've never understood how to trade fibs. But I mean, I hear good things. We've got a guy in our room who loves them. We call him Dr. Fib. But yeah, I don't find it a mess here at all. I think it's good. People are happy. And just rotations. Okay, folks. So now we're going to do a little distribution. Oh, that's cool, Tobias. Yeah. Throw that in the Discord. That'd be lovely. All right, we're going to take this. And now we're going to do a little distribution. Let's see if we can hold it above 35. Right? Because we got to get rid of the product we bought under 30, right? Can't hold 35. I guess we're going to put it back on sale down under 32. There it is. So I would say, you know, just work this big rotation until we see something worth trading in any kind of direction. Just find yourself a nice rotation and just trade that. Oh, man. Well, folks, what's next? What's next? What's next? Yeah, speaking of the room, we'll switch that over for a couple of seconds so you can see. We'd love it if you drop by. It's the tradingsyndicate.org. There's a code for you guys to get 25% off. And I'm JJ vwaptrader1 on X. On YouTube. On X, I'm just vwaptrader1. Come say hello. You won't regret it. We don't burn you on costs. You could go month to month if you wish. Give it a shot. See if you like it. So an older trader once told me when you have a big gap up like this, the market is digesting the move. Right? We're digesting the move. Sorry, I got a little mentally lazy there. We had a look below and fail of 28.5. And I'm sorry I didn't call that out. That was a perfect one too. Like came down here, went underneath and came right back up. Those are the nice rotations that we like. Damn, I missed that. I was looking at the wrong screen. Fed speaker again? Hey, Lear, what's going on? How was your weekend? My God, everybody wants to talk. Well, that's a nice short, Jaden. Nice. Nice. Well done. Kugler. I don't even know who that is. What is it? I don't know. Everybody in the room, was it 2 or 3 weeks ago, everybody in the room bought garden tractors. I was like, okay. Back under 28. It looks like we're going back down to VWAP if we can't get back up over 28 and a half. Look how slow it is. If you're looking for a bigger liquidation, I think if we can build up enough trapped longs over 20, if we break the dam here at 16, we'll get some more liquidation. But right now, it's just too bid. Okay. There's VWAP. Maybe we get that liquidation after I get off the blower here. Just watching that 58.18 area. See if we can come down and break that. Yeah, let's see if we can get if we can stay under 18, 19. That'd be good for the shorts. But every time we get down there, bids, bids and bids and bids. There we go. Right. We open the trap door. Can we get lower? Come on. 15 and a quarter. Bids at 15 and a quarter. Now when it moves back up, look for where they sell into it. There we go. Still can't get to those single prints at 13. Give it some time. Well, folks, that's it for me today. Thank you for joining me, especially as it got kind of slow and boring. Be safe out there. And if you have any questions, reach out and DM me. We're at the Trading Syndicate. Be sharp out there, okay? Got the whole week ahead of us. Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.